together. Thank you. Give yourselves applause. Without you guys, without the Max Nation, without Brian, this really would never get off the ground. What I'm doing for my son is something I have to do. To be told that you can not help your child, save your child's life, is something nobody ever wants to hear, trust me. There's nothing else I can do for my son except raise awareness. Prior to September 13, 2013, I never knew Duchenne muscular dystrophy existed. I'm embarrassed by that, but I tell you that because I don't want anybody else to feel the same way. It's a disease that nobody speaks about. It's a disease that nobody wants to talk about. They took Jerry Lewis off the air because it was too hard, too sensitive for people to see on TV that these kids with ailments that could not be cured were dying before them. So that's how the American people perceive that, so they took it off the air. Jerry Lewis raised $560 million in all these years that he was doing that. And unfortunately, they haven't come closer, a day closer to a cure for my son, for others who have been affected with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So I'm doing everything I can from a grassroots nature. That means being in here, talking to you guys face to face, trying to spread the word. Yes, it's about money, and we need to finance these tests, these studies, so they can find a cure. But it's about sharing the word. Doing the video and the push-up is something that I've done. I am a part of the Max family. I was probably the second or third class that Brian put together, and I lost 47 pounds in this facility right here. And I'm very proud of that, and it's part of who I am. I'm a fighter. I came close to Christine, who's an ultimate warrior, wherever she is in here. She lost 47 pounds, and I came close to her. But if anybody's seen her work out, you just look at her and you'll draw from inspiration from there. And when you're feeling tired or you want to just stop, just look at her. The woman never gives up. So that's the power I draw from for my son. I cannot stop. I cannot give up. And I really do appreciate everybody being here to do this. This revolution is epic. And I'm going to use these superlatives because it is epic. Something that we're doing, it started with the Max Nation some weeks ago. A week and a half ago, I was talking with Randy, who owns the Marlboro Max, and she said, Jim, instead of you doing it day in and day out yourself, we're going to do it for you. We're going to get behind you, and we're going to do it. Our members are going to do it. And in a 20-minute conversation every day for 5 days, her members started doing push-ups in her class and posting videos. When I tell you I go home, it really gives myself and my wife what we need to get through every day, because it's not easy. And it's just spawned. Brian's here doing it. We're going to East Brunswick next. I've gotten calls and texts from people in Australia that want us to go down to Australia to do this because what you guys are doing today, this is unreal. And Keith, where's Keith? This man, I love this guy. He has been doing push-ups in the snow, shirt for us.
It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty.
No, it doesn't matter. You did it. That's all. It was beautiful.
Your son?
My son, he'll be 6 in the 31st. And statistically, not to get this even, but just so everybody knows this disease. The disease, unfortunately, is a progressive muscle wasting disease. What that means is every day they wake up, they just simply walk around the house, walk downstairs, their leg muscles break down. They do not rebuild. This class is special. The fitness industry is special to me because we teach every day how to rebuild our muscle tissue, how to get better, healthier, stronger, so we can live longer. No matter what my son eats and how clean he eats, his body will never regenerate muscle tissue. And it's heart-wrenching. Statistically, between age of 9 and 12, depending on puberty, as their bones grow, their leg muscles will not be strong enough to walk them around. They'll end up in a wheelchair. Fact. Statistically, by age 18, because his limbs grow longer, he will not have the shoulder strength to simply raise his arms. He will be a quadriplegic. Fact. By age of 20, approximately, his diaphragm will not be strong enough so he can breathe. He will end up on a ventilator. And then it's only a matter of time thereafter before he will succumb to this disease. It's not something that I want to see my son go through. We are doing every dollar that you guys raise here today, and our quest is 79 gyms in 79 weeks. And the number 79 is important because on the dystrophin gene, everybody here has a dystrophin gene. It's the second largest gene in the human body. On that gene, there are exons. Each exon is represented by as a string of pearls. And they're numbered. The scientists in 1984 discovered this gene, and they numbered the exons as they go down from 1 to 79. So that's why it's epic. The food that we eat, as it gets synthesized, goes down the string of pearls, and it turns into a skeletal, which is important, a skeletal muscle building protein, because we have soft tissue and we have skeletal tissue muscle. The skeletal tissue is what everybody here wants to develop, so we look better, feel better, get stronger. If one of those exons are missing, the boys cannot produce protein. It's that simple, one exon. My son is missing merely just 2. There are boys out there missing from 3 to 79. There are some missing all of it. There are some that have 2 dystrophin genes, and the food does not know how to process. So the ball that we had passed around for you guys to sign is symbolic of that exon. My goal is to, as we go throughout the country in the next 79 weeks, is to possibly be able to replace the 2 exons my son is missing, and these other boys who are missing exons as well. It's not just about my son, it's about these other boys, and it's devastating to see how it rips apart these families. So with your help, I know we will get throughout the country. Hopefully we'll get to Australia, and I really sincerely cannot thank each and every one of you enough for doing what you did here today. All right, thank you. If anybody has any questions, by all means,